on tape. Okay, my name is Pat Bacon. I was born in Rochester. I went to Our Lady of Mercy High School, Nazareth College, got my teaching certificate out of SUNY Oswego, and my MFA out of Visual Studies. One of my favorite print methods is a Xerox machine. I bought my first Xerox machine, and it cost me $2,000 for a Xerox machine, and I was thrilled. And it only went to 11 by 17, and I did my first exhibitions just piecing pieces together, and I loved it. And I just loved the toner, and I loved the versatility. And I did work with a lot of commercial printers that use Xerox, so I did some large prints, and I loved working with Rochester used to be such a commercial print center. All these fabulous places that would do blueprints for architects, and they do it by diazo printing. And I would take my photographs and have them blown up 9 foot by 16 foot. It was just fun, a lot of fun. So I closed my darkroom down in Lyons, and I was looking for a process to make an image that I could do at my bathroom and would be fairly non-toxic. So I taught myself photopolymer, ran into a few bumps on that, went to Women's Studio Workshop and had somebody tutor me for a weekend to get me straightened out, came back, worked out the bumps. It took me about a year, and I felt comfortable with the medium, and now I like it a lot. I think it's very versatile. Polymer is just really versatile. It doesn't have to look like a photograph, but it can look like a photograph. It's not as toxic as the historical copper photogravures. And the photogravure is a mechanical process where you use a printing press, and it was developed to be able to do a photographic image in a newspaper. I usually try to photograph every day. You know, I use my phone most of the time now. I do carry a camera if I'm doing some landscape where I'm going in there where I'm not supposed to be. I usually use my camera and a telephoto lens, especially if I'm doing burn piles or brush clearing areas. They don't want you in there while they're scraping off everything and burning it. So I take a photograph, I use Photoshop to do whatever I need to do with it. I print a positive on Pictorico. It's a translucent material, and I expose it on a polymer plate that is coated with a photosensitive material. I put the positive onto the plate and expose it to a UV unit or UV light, and then you cure it. You develop it in water, which is nice because the UV hardens the plate where that's gone through your positive. And then you wash it out and cure it with heat and another dose of UV light or leave it out in the sunlight, and then you ink it up and run it through your printing press. And then you have all those options. What kind of paper you're going to use? How are you going to mix your ink? Is your ink going to be tacky? Is it going to be thin? What kind of colors you're going to use? You know, what are you trying to say? So it gives you a lot of possibilities. Once you get that plate made, you can go any place with it. I would say that I generally use landscape as my vocabulary, and I guess I don't have that romantic of an idea of nature. I like the history of it, that I'm walking over dinosaur dust and the deepness of the earth, and that it used to be American chestnut tree roots and huge trees, and they're gone and extinct. And I mean, knowing the history of your landscape prior to humans or before human interference or before now human control, I think it's really important. And also how dynamic nature is. I walk on Flint Creek a couple times a week, and watching it flood its banks and wash through the woods and take all the plant life and boulders, and then in the winter it freezes, and then there's ice dams. It's just powerful, just totally powerful.